Hello everyone, welcome to the Power Play with CJ. Today we're focusing on some bad news out of Nashville. The Predators lost their first line center slash arguably straw that started the drink for their forwards, or the straw that started the drink for their forwards. Ryan Johansen to a season-ending groin injury that will see him sidelined for next 2 to 3 months. He should be back in time for training camp, but that's the last thing on the Predators' mind right now. You know, you look at this team and how important that one line has been in getting them to the Western Conference Finals, and getting them 2 wins from the Stanley Cup Final, and getting them 6 wins from their first ever Stanley Cup. And you say to yourself, "Wow, this is a big blow." And just from the Predators fans I follow on Twitter, there's been some, discussions about who fills in that role. Do you move Forsberg to center? Do you call Vlad Kamenev? Someone floated Ribeiro. Ribeiro's actually in rehab right now. That wasn't even trying to be funny. It was the truth. For his substance abuse problem, so that's not an issue. My counter thing on Ribeiro. Now is not the time. This is going to sound really insensitive, to worry about morality and what's winning the right way. If Mike Ribeiro theoretically could have helped your hockey team, suit him up. I don't give a shit. I'd suit Lucifer, Joseph Stalin, and Adolf Hitler up as a top line if that's what it took to win the cup. So this whole self-righteous, holier than thou, I'm not going anywhere near Ribeiro thing, this is the reality of it. I'd rather win it with a group of assholes than not win it with the most likable group around. It's as I always said before his untimely death. If Aaron Hernandez could get his way back on the Patriots, fuck, I'd take that. I don't care what he does off the field. What do you do for the 60 minutes you're out there? Get it done. I'm also an insensitive fuck, so a lot of me. Anyway, it's going to be really, really tough to win 2 out of the next 3 against the Ducks. Particularly with where they lost in overtime. The Predators did not play well for the majority of that game. The fact that got to overtime, showed how they can turn it off and on and how they rely on that one line. I think Anaheim's going to end up in the Cup final. We could see a Stanley Cup final rematch, although I think it'll be Pittsburgh and Anaheim right now. The Stanley Cup final rematch 2007 with Ottawa and Pittsburgh, with Ottawa and Anaheim. But, again, this is a tough blow because, you saw how excited the fans are and, how this team has really galvanized people across, the hockey world and really gotten like, wow, Nashville, hockey town, go figure. But, we'll see what happens. The Predators aren't dead because so much of their offense comes from their defense anyway. But given how much they relied on that first line, and they just lost, the playmaker in that line. Tough draw. I will say this. If they do go down to Anaheim in the wake of the Johansen injury, I think the Predators will be the front runner for Matt Duchene in the offseason because their center depth is really, really, really thin. And, it's kind of manifested itself right now. So I think that's what's going to happen. I think if Colorado does with Matt Duchene and the Predators lose to the Anaheim Ducks with their best center out of the lineup, I think they're going to be the front runner for Duchene in the offseason. That's just a gut feeling. I don't have any inside information. That's just, I think, the way it's going to go. Anyway, that's all I got. Episode of the Power Play with CJ. Stay tuned for more episodes for the season and beyond. Later, guys.